Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be doing the final tier list before the 11/11 sale. So this should give a hint. It's all about the rod. So you see the rod in here and how I will do it. Sorry neighbors, with this. So this is a tier list that has in here the S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and trash. Basically, I will grab all the relevant rods. So if I had bought some, I don't know, medium heavy, medium rods, things that are not that relevant for ultralight or even light fishing, I will not bother rating them because it will be a little bit unfair, because I will tell you that I'm 100% in on ultralight and light fishing. I don't like to grab heavy rods, I don't like to fish with heavy lures, I don't dabble with heavier presentations, even if that may cost me going after other species. I just cannot do it. I'm in love with ultralight fishing, so the list will feature that and only that. And if some product stopped being relevant, and when I was going through everything that I've bought and everything that I've tested, if something is not relevant, it will, or it's not on sale anymore, I will not put it on the list because it's just a waste of time. With that in mind, you will need to go with me to the table, overhead shot, and I will just put the cards where they need to fall, and I will talk to you while I'll do that without doing this weird movement of my hands. For that, I will see you guys on the table. So these are the cards. You have the name in here, you have a photo, you have the ballpark of the price. The price is euros, dollars, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a script for this. I will try to make it quick because, as you can see, the rod tier list is quite big. Most of the rods in here are available or either spinning or casting. Only a handful of mifines. You will not be able to get them as a bait caster. So I will just bundle them all out together and you can find out which one do you like. So basically I'm just shoveling because I have an idea on my head. I have the rods on my Excel file on tier lists, but usually I'm just rating the rod itself. I'm not putting them against each other. So let's put the rods in here, the cards, and start to take it out. I will make 1 or 2 points about the rod and then I'll put it on the tier list. So Purelure Creek Dance, great value, every 55 euro sort of ballpark where you can buy this rod. The Creek Dance, it's one of the rods that when I pick it up I think, why do I buy more rods? It's actually quite a cool creek rod. I have the bait caster. People that have the spinning also quite like it. For me it's a A tier rod, at least for the price point. It's a lot of quality, very good sensitivity, casts very well for the short size of it. I think you cannot get it over 1.68 one something meters, so not the biggest of the rods, but for creeks, pretty good, a solid 80 rod. Next, it's the mifine microbites, 65 euros. You can get it cheaper if it's on your local warehouse. This is the price from China, so it's even better because it can be 60 euros. And this it's one of the rods from mifine that you can get it on bait caster and spinning. A lot of sensitivity. I have the biggest sizes both on spinning and on casting. They just released a holotip version. I maintain that under $50 this is the best blank that you can buy on AliExpress and everywhere on the world. If you want to have super ultralight or ultralight on both spinning and casting and aging, now they even have the 230 centimeter version with a holotip. This rod is S tier. So this, as you see on the comments, will always be my recommendation. If you don't want, if it's your first rod, get that one. If you have that money to spend, which is not a lot. Mifine Motrol Draw. Again, a rod that it's always being forgotten. This is only available on spinning, 40 euros, same sort of ballpark as that one, even though there's a 65. Solid rod, great for creeks. I quite like it to use with small crankbaits because it can go, I think, up to 3 grams, 2 something grams, something like that. Even though the rating may be lower, I cannot remember for the life of me right now. It has sort of a progressive bend, medium rod in terms of action. I quite like it. Ergonomics are quite good, but then that's always the case with mifine. For me, the only problem with it's that in comparison with other rods from mifine, you can get better rods from mifine. That's what I'm trying to show. So it's a very specific rod for small crankbaits on small moving water, so perfect for area trout. So for that reason I will put it on the B tier. Next one, so even me trying to make this short, it will be long. Mavllos Resolute, 20 bucks or 20 euros. If it's a travel version, if it's a two-part, it will be a little bit more expensive. I tried it on spinning and casting. I think this is a 30-ton blank. So very good value. Great rod for beginners that don't want to spend a lot of money, and the rod it's quite difficult to break. Believe me, because my father and my son tried. So this I would put it on the B tier, but since I have the space, I can do it this. Because of the value of the rod, especially the travel version, it can creep on the A tier. Lure Star Sigama, you didn't see, and it will be some rods that you will not be seen already featured on the channel. I don't know how the cards will appear, but this is the Lure Star Sigama 2. 35 bucks if you get it on a solid promotion on AliExpress. I got the long version, so I think around 2 meters. It's a good rod. I like that it's a full grip. It's a very beautiful rod. I have it on spinning. For me, the only problem, like compare with the microbite, it's the sensitivity. So I think this is a 2 to 10 gram rod, and you only get the sensitivity like a perfect when you're filling the nibble at 2 to 3 grams. So for that, I will put it on the B tier, but it's a well-made rod. Next one, I don't know the brand. Cheap. I put first Cheap S glass rod. How can I say it? The rod it works. It's not that is not well made. So I think it's even under 20 euros. 19 something like that. 22, 19 euros. This rod it's very very fun with, again, small crankbaits, but it's such a specific rod with not a lot of applications. It's a slow rod for that, but since it works, I will put it on the B tier, and because it's cheap, so you cannot complain too much. Let's get another one. Jesus. The list will be available on the video description. I would put some links for the until the B tier from C tier down and trash. It's not worth it because with what you have in here, I would not recommend going past down B. Kingdom Micro Expert. This is a 50 euro rod. I think it's a bit too expensive. If this rod dipped to, I would say, 30, upper 30s, lower 40s, because this 50, it's a promotion price. It's a price that I've paid. And the rod looks very simple, very well made, casts like a cannon. I have the 1.8 meter orange spinning version. It can pull fish very well. I fished on the grass for bass with it, but the price could be a little bit more competitive since even though mine is a two-part, the travel parts still are around the same ballpark on price, but shipping is a lot cheaper for shorter packages. So if this was less expensive, it would able to move to A tier, but since it's this price, it's a B tier product. Lemoran Magic Shadow V. This is a glass rod. I have put the video already on the channel last week. It's a fun rod, but mine came with a guide full of epoxy. Just the inside of the ring itself, so it was easy to take out. Just probably a poop of epoxy that fell there. Very beautiful rod, but it's very heavy, very user specific. I think if you just want to have fun, get one of these. This is very specific for just for casting. It's not worth to get. I don't think even if they sell the same blank but with a different grip part and reel seat. Only get it on casting. This is good to put on Instagram, but as a rod itself, there are better and cheaper glass rods to fish with, and it's quite expensive. I think 40 euros if you get it on promotion. The Lemoran Magic Shadow V, because of its caveats on lack of application and mine coming with a bit of blemishes for the price that I've paid compared with other Lemoran rods, goes on the upper echelon of the C tier. Unhoused trout rod. So this now is a choice item. It varies from 30 to 40 euros. I think if you are some places near Asia, you can get it cheaper, even paying the shipping, because it's probably near for you. I got mine. I got the 0 point something to 0.8. The rod construction could be better. It's basically a noodle. I can fish with it. I can fish open water with it. In a bait casting version, it's a lot of a hassle to fish with. So it's a good looking rod, but again, there are better options than it. So I will put it on C because there are a lot of better options and better made at the same price point. It's not that the rod it's faulty, it's this and these tiers. So got another rod. Let's see what we have in here. Purelure Zero. So sometimes under 30 bucks, quite light, very very fun if you're catching fish under like 700 grams or 1.5, 2 pounds, something like that. So if you're fishing for perch, small bass, sunfish, this is a blast. Very light, short. I have a shorter one. I can flick cast from down to up. Very cool rod. Solid B, depending if you quite like very light fishing, this could be a little bit higher, especially because of the price. Caesar Rivera. So I fished with this rod for a bit. You would be better served with a rod from Mifine. There's something weird with the feel of the rod. So, but again, the rod works. It's quite inexpensive. It's made with good parts. Ergonomics are great. So I would put it. Maybe put it like this. So since you have in here the Purelure Zero, so this one will stay from A to B and the other will from B to C. Continuing on, I think this will not be enough space for this. Leydon glass rod, it's a fad, 6 euros, too heavy. feeling it's a bit damp. I think the only application you can have for it realistically, it's on a trout pond. There you might have fun. I didn't have any fun with mine. For what you pay with a Leidung glass rod, they should offer you a better looking reel sit and grip. So the actually blank looks quite nice. The sleeve looks nice, and the handle is just ugly. Fishing Fans has the same sort of blank, and the handle is just much better. So it stays on this area of the tier list. Mifine Dreamcast. Baitcaster, the feel is a bit damp. It says, I think mine is from 3.5 grams to 12, something like that. I have it. It's 55, 60 euros. Not worth it. The microbite, it's much better. Even as a bass, like a finesse bass rod, you have better options on AliExpress. C tier. So I'm not always nice to mifine, as you can see in here. They're going on C tier. Fishing Fans Telescopic Titan. The blank is good for a telescopic rod, and it's quite inexpensive at 20 something euros. It's very hard to find. I found one that is not sold by Fishing Fans, sold by another company, but ergonomics are crap because the butt of the rod is too short and I have small hands, so the butt of the rod will hand in here if you have the grip in here, which is quite annoying. For that I will put it on the C tier. It works, but it has a bit flaw. Fishing Fans Performance. So this is a very light rod. I think it's 49-50 grams for a 1.65 meter rod. Performance wise, it's quite good. It's around 40. It can go from 45 to 55, 60 euros. I got mine at 50. It's a pretty solid rod. I would put it on B tier. Review should come at some point on the channel. But I already fished with it and I like it. And I have it on the casting version. Yumingbu Shishi 4. So you see what I told about the unhoused trout rod. If you want this sort of classic looking rod, get this one. Even though it doesn't have full grip, it's a good rod. For 25 to 20 euros, I've seen it sold on Timo for 18 euros. But again, Timo, it's crap because I cannot put the links because they will not appear outside of Portugal. I call it this 80 rod. Let's move this. The Yumingbu Shishi 5. Ending School Wolf. Now at around 70 something to 90 euros, you can get this rod. Quite light, very fast recovery. Ergonomics are nice, balance, it's perfect. You have the carbon fiber guide seats. It's perfect. It's one of my favorite spinning rods. So this is S tier. So 2 rods already on S tier. I think I've put 3 when I sort of did things on XL. So Mifine Nano Jig. 40 euros. This is a great rod for super ultralight. I have the Zero prototype. They sent me like a few months before it came out to the market. Very good rod. If you have a canal near you, get one of these. Get some, or make your own nano jig heads. Get some 20 to 25 millimeters of plastics, or even some flies, and have a blast. Solid 80 rod. I'm getting on a flow. Hunting Goddess. Very cheap rod. Very good rod. I think it's a 24-ton carbon. I think it's some of the models, the shorter models, are even cheaper. It has pink accents, but it's not like a unicorn rod. It looks actually quite nice, and I quite like it. This for the price, I'm very tempted to put it on A tier, but it's sort of a slow recovery, so I'll put it on the B tier. I just grab a bunch of them at the same time, I don't care. So, Mavllos Plume. Man, this rod, the Mavllos Plume, it's 80 euros, I think, something like that. You can get it cheaper on probably on 11/11 sale, which I will be covering with a live video. It's a pretty awesome rod, I quite like it, but mine is cursed. I can only catch small fish with it, and by small, it's like this size. It's very annoying, but it's a very good rod, sensitive. It lacks a little bit of guides, but they are very well spaced. It's a very well made rod. I have the spinning version. I quite like the wide taper on the ultralight rods. It helps a lot with casting. It's a solid A tier rod. Leo fishing rod. So I had both of these rods. I have the casting and the spinning version. They are great at this price point of, like, I had to pay, it's like 8 euros for the rod, and then shipping is like 11. I think I paid 18 for one, and I think I paid 13 for the other, so I would say 15 for most of the folks. Man, this is a solid B rod because it may have some caveats. You might have to glue a little bit of the cork veneer, something like that, and yeah, still recording. I'm afraid that my phone starts to burn. Kingdom Stream King, very cool rod. I think it has a little bit of a problem, even though it's cheap. The blank is a little bit too stiff for my taste, but overall it's still a good rod. If you're fishing for bigger fish on small streams, like salmon and maybe bigger trout or smallmouth, this might be a good option. B tier. Queen Artist. This is a typo, this is not a 40 euro rod. This is a 125 euro rod, and I don't think it's that special, and I will tell you why when I get to the card of the rod that I've compared with this one. So because of the price, I will put this on C tier, because it's not a bad rod. If I compare it, it's better than the Yumingo Shishi 5, but it's 100 euros more. So there's that. Yumingo Scepter. So you didn't see this rod on the channel, it's 30 bucks. It's not sold as Yumingo, it's sold by various stores on AliExpress. Very good rod. It's white taper. It has a huge problem that I know one folk that got two broken in on the mail, so they arrived broken at his house, and I know another person that got his also broken. And I think it was 2 times on the tip and or 2 times on the bottom part and 1 time on the tip. So when it gets to your hand, it's cool, and when it's traveling, it's a risk. For that, I will put it on the C tier because it's very annoying to get a broken rod at your doorstep. And the rod itself, it doesn't have anything to do with the plume. And with a Mavllos Ultima. Rollfish, Magfish, the 2-part version, because they also make a telescopic one. 25 euros, solid rod. I have been using for quite some time. A little bit damp, so I'll put it from B to C, but on promotions it can be quite inexpensive, so that's that. Rollfish, Magfish, exactly the same rod. By some coincidence they stick together, the cards. The telescopic rod, it's awful. The feel is not there, it doesn't cast the lower casting weight, which I think it's 1 or something like that, 1 gram, something that sort. Quite small. Ergonomics are quite nice. Mine started to shred the carbon on the tip like on the third cast. The picture that you saw me catching the bass while I was on vacation, the carbon near the trip started to shred. So I had my line start to got stuck on the tip of the rod, and it was stuck on like a little bit, a shard of carbon fiber. For that reason, it's, so I would put it on the D tier. Purelure Reflex Arc, 145 euros, my favorite rod of this year. It's S tier. I don't think I have to explain anything else. It's like they made it my favorite rod. Again, I quite like the rod. It's a very, very good rod. Full grip, perfect cast weight for the length that the model that I have, which is the casting version 2 meters. I think 1 or 1.5 to 2 gram minimum cast weight. It's just chef's kiss. Tsurunoya Elf Pro. Solid A tier rod for its size. When I went to it shed fishing with it, I discovered one thing. I was missing a lot of bites. It's very, very sensitive. It's a little bit. So let me explain sensitivity. I think I explained it on a video, but just a quick resume of that. If you use the, I would say 4 gram to 10, 11 gram range, and not the full range of the rod, on that range, the feel of the rod is quite good, especially with fast twitch like these bites. On the crappy day going for twitch head, I've missed a lot of fish, but I also caught a lot of fish, and I think I would not miss the ones that I missed because I would just not feel them. Again, Lemoran Silver Snake. I think this rod is now, I didn't bought it, but is now sold on Mavllos store, 20 euros. Tsurunoya Elf Pro, it's 90 euros. So I think the prices, you don't see to have like a tendency, because I have in here this one that even so says 40, it's 125, this one is 60, and it's here, so in there we have like a 40 that you can buy at 40 or 80, 145, and in here you have a 25 euro. Silver Snake, nothing special about it, a bit too soft, so it goes on S tier. Weihi Tele, again, not that special. If I test a rod and it feels good, I just ramp up my way to put out the video. So this one, I have it for some time. I didn't push the video out. That handing Pioneer Trout. I quite like this rod for the price, I have to say. So it's a long rod. You can have it on the bait casting, on the casting option, also spinning. I think it's a 24-ton carbon. Ergonomics are better on the more expensive sister rod, the M1 Trout. So I will put it on B tier. I start to overlap the cards. Mifine Outrange, I like very much this rod, even though it's a 20-ton carbon rod. Very well made, a very specific rod to fish small predators. It's very, very fun. Hollow tip, 40 euros. You can have it on spinning and casting if you want a smaller weight, so 0.5 to 5 gram casting rod. Get this one. I annoyed mifine a lot to make the outrange on casting, so if you buy, they will start to pay more attention to my opinions, and we have more rods that we like, so I'll put it in here. A tier, mifine Honor. It's not for me. It's a very, very heavy rod. I put it on S tier just because It's a well-made rod with a very cool sleeve, nice concept, good amount of guides for a telescopic rod. Mifine Jig Smart. So I've tested this rod, and since I've tested, I went fishing for trout because we were fishing on the opening day for trout on a very large river. And 50 bucks, this one is 20 if you cannot see on camera. This Mifine Jig Smart, it offers a lot of things, but it's again applied to ultralight, super ultralight, and ultralight. It's a very heavy rod. You have better options from Mifine, sometimes at cheaper prices. Now with a hollow tip, 230 meters, this is for our applications useless. S tier, C tier, sorry. Mifine Ineffable. Caught my PB bass on it. I would say if you're European, transitioning from float fishing and bottom fishing for predator fishing with a spinning gear, this is your... It's like a nice way to step in on spinning. It performs like a... how can I tell it? If you're using like a spinning rod for float fishing, you will have no problems whatsoever transitioning to this. In terms of feel, again, if you're not, it's a B tier rod. But if you're, again, almost the same price or the same price depending on the size that you want. Mavllos Resolute. Okay, so I printed the two parts. So this one, because of the price, this is the two-part version. I would put it a little bit like under this one, just because it's a little bit more expensive. And the travel one will work very well. Yee rod, trash. I don't know if you even will see it ever on the channel. Purelure Stream. Purelure Stream, it's too damn heavy. It's very stiff rod. Even though it works, it's not for me. So I will put it, where should I put it? Applying to ultralight, super ultralight, and light fishing, I will put it in here near the Mifine Dreamcast. It's a bit too heavy. Mifine Unstoppable. A very good rod. I think it was superseded by the Outrange on a hollow tip and by the Microbite on the solid tip. Very still understated rod. I will put it in here near the Lure Star Sigam on the B tier. The Purelure, and it's again with most of Mifine rods are around the 40 euro mark if you get them on the promotion. Purelure New Sedan, I think I put it in here 125 euros. Now I think it's around 100. So this is a solid A tier rod because you can go with like 2.5 grams and up. OBS Phantom, 30 bucks. It's I would say it's a solid rod because it works. It's not fast, it's moderate fast, but it's long and it's 3 parts, so it will not take a lot of lengthy size, if you know what I mean. And it's a full grip, so I quite like it. And I caught very small sea bass with it. No heavy keen force. So a very good ultralight predator fishing rod. With that saying, you have enough sensitivity to fish with smaller weights, but the rod is also with a good backbone so you can pull the fish. I don't know if you understand me, but I think I made my point. If it was a little bit less expensive, it would go on A tier. So since it's all about price, I will put it in here with the Kingdom Microspec. Nothing wrong, it's a very well made rod. I just wish it would be how can I say it, cheaper. Suronaya Spirit Fox. I like the rod, but if you pair it wrong with a reel, you get the you get the braid hitting the blank all day long. For that, I will put it on C tier, and we are almost finished. Purelure telescopic. So I have most of them, and I think for the price, again, telescopic rods on spinning just flex badly. In casting they are I think for the price they are quite good, but still it's a telescopic rod, so I'll put it on B tier. Mifine ghost blade. So just for fishing with super ultra light stuff, and I fish with it after I did the last tier awards, I would put it on S tier. $40, hollow tip, sub 1 gram. It's very, very, very much funny. So where do I have the Queen Artist 125 euro rod? This is the Mavllos or Lemonen Magic Shadow L. It sort of looks the same, it sort of feels the same, and it's 50 euros. And this is a solid A rod. I've got a 40 centimeter bass, and the rod didn't even sweat. Fancy glass rod. This one puts this one to bed, and it's... Where is the other? The cheap glass rod, it's also better than the white one. So the yellow fancy glass rod, which actually costs around the same, it's a solid A rod. So if you want to test a glass fiber blank to fish on a stream, this is the way to go. And the handle and the reel seat are way fancier. Mifine Illusion Slash, A tier rod. If you want to fish sub 1 gram and you want a little bit more bend, if you're fishing for silverfish, again in Europe, the comparison between these two, it's this one will catch fish, this one it will be a little bit more fun while you're catching the fish. Mavllos Orca, a little bit too damp, ergonomics are a bit iffy. I will put it on C tier. Handing M1, solid rod, again the same with the Nuevikin Force. It's a predator rod. Even the ultralight spinning version, it's a little bit too heavy, even though it says 1 gram. With 1 gram you will not have the full sensitivity of the rod, but still B tier, especially with promotion prices. Purelure Titanium T, fun as hell. 60 euros, S tier. For stream fishing, it's actually quite good. It's better than the Purelure Creek Dance, and the Purelure Creek Dance, it should be it's sort of the standard for the A tier at this price point. Beautiful fishing gear. I have this rod in spinning and casting. It's very good at this price point of 25 euros, but I broke the tip on both of them. So for that it will go on B tier. Man, this will be a full Excelos. Something trash, you can feel nothing. Mavllos Delicacy, for what it offers, I have in here 30 euros, but if you find it under 30 euros, it's a solid B tier rod. I think it was the gateway rod for most of us. When I got mine, I know that this was the type of fishing that I wanted to do. Cooing super lit, 110 euros, solid 80 rod. Because of the size and the way it performs, it's like a very, very big rod that performs like a very like the ghost blade, but just bigger. Lure killer trout, you've seen me fishing, even though I didn't make a full video. This rod casts like a cannon, and it looks quite good. It has like sort of old man's grip. I would call it, where can I put it? In here. So B tier rod. Laydon Black Creek, bit soft, so it will go 30 euros. Bit of a soft blank. It looks pretty cool, but it's a very, very soft blank for the application that you need. I have the casting version, and very inexpensive, but still not worth it in comparison with all the other stuff that we have in here. Sea Night Kraken, the feeling is too damp on this rod. The rod actually looks quite cool, but it's cast weight, it's low, but the feeling is also low. So C tier, Purelure Fiamma, very well put together rod. The feeling is a little bit damper. It's the dampest feel that I have on mifine rods, and 65 euros. I would put it like on, I would say B tier. It's still a very well put together rod. Mavllos Ultima, I quite like it. Again, it has some flaws, so the butt, the cork on the butt section, which is made of cork, it has a darker one in the bottom, which will go on the floor. It will crack eventually. All the ones that I know, they cracked, but the rod itself, it's chef's kiss. So I will put it on B tier. It's starting to look very messy. And the last ones that I have, it's the Handing M1 Trout. This will be on B tier, 35 euro rod. It would be on A tier if they made this a little bit longer. So again, the butt of the grip stops on the middle of my palm, and I have small hands, so for that is a B tier rod because it's affordable, it's 30-ton carbon, it's stiff enough and bent enough and sensitive enough to be a very, very good rod. You can get it on 2 something meters, 210, something like that. But man, mifine Pegasus, so I think it will get the best of the cast weight of the mifine motor draw with the feel of the mifine ghost blade, and for that I will put it on A tier. And this is all the rods that I found relevant, and they are still being sold on AliExpress that I quite like. And man, there's plenty of stuff in here, so some of them you still did not see on the channel. I only put 2 on the trash, which is a good thing. I have more on the trash, but they are like medium rods, so they are not relevant to here. Only 2 on the D tier, some on the C tier, a lot, the majority on B tier, so rods that work, but they are superseded by other rods. And these are my 5 favorite rods. I think I didn't put the titanium T and the ghost blade. I only had the microbite, the Skull Wolf, and the reflex arc, which is funny enough because I think for me, if I had to give places, this would be the first, this would be the second, this would be the third, not the third. and these ones, because of the price, would be a little bit lower. This for me, it's like if anyone wants a rod and they have 50 euros, get this one. This is my absolute favorite rod, and these ones are very, very near. Everything that is on this top half, so S, A, and B, I will leave links on the description. I will leave the list, so I will have S tier, A tier, B tier with the names of the rods and the links. I will not put the links to the videos because that's too big of a list, but you just put the name if you want to look for it on my channel page, and the review will appear. Everything from down below, I will not bother with it because everything is superseded on the same price point and with better quality or feel, or even better store management on B tier and up. And with that said, I hope you guys have made some conclusions if you're on the fence to get something for the 11/11 sale, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.